listening to Into the Spotlight with Osaka Jack on Everfree Network. Hello everyone, this is Osaka Jack with Into the Spotlight on Everfree Network. With me today I have someone who you may have seen in Seattle very recently. Tzelly. Hello.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Good. I mentioned it to you, but this was actually rather fortunate. I did not intend to wake up this early. But because I did, I was able to get my laundry off the line before the rain came in fully. So thank you for making my clothes drier.
My pleasure.
That'd be like the weirdest superhero power ever. Just calling random people. Get your laundry off the line. Hurry, it's going to rain.
It technically is an actual ability. It's foresight.
Yeah, but it'd be like the worst use of foresight. Not the worst use, but one of the most inconsequential uses of foresight, I suppose.
It gets people to like you more.
I don't know, if I got random calls from, who is this? Get your laundry off the line, hurry, rain's coming. Who is this?
Click.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned it briefly, but yeah, you were at Everfree Northwest recently.
I was.
And not just recently, but a year ago recently as well.
I've been there every year since the start of Everfree, actually.
Oh, okay.
So I've been there 3 years.
Oh, nice. I was only there last year, so I wasn't aware of the other two.
That's all right.
That was one of the, I have to admit, one of the longer turnarounds in getting back to someone.
Yeah. Like, opened up my box of convention stuff a few months ago and saw your card there. I was like, oops. Even had a little note in the bag. Email me.
What had happened when I went to Everfree Northwest last year is that I had passed out my business card, and on the back of some of them, it had written, "Hey, I'd like to have you on my show at some point. Please send me an email." Most people did not get back to me, which is expected. But I was really surprised because Tzelly here emailed me like a month ago. "Oh, hey, I got your message." Whoa, really? So yeah, that was a long turnaround. But what would you say? So you've been at Everfree since the beginning. What are some of the changes?
Well, the first 2 years, it was pretty much first come, first serve. This year, they did a bit of more quality control. You had to first apply and say, hey, I'm looking to get a table, and then you send them samples of your artwork and what you want to sell, and then they contact the artists and vendors they want actually to be at their convention.
Was there any consideration of people that have been there before? Like, was it on there, hey, I have been at Everfree Northwest twice now, so...
I think so, though a friend of mine that has been there with me 2 years prior both times was not asked to come back, so I think they had multiple things to wager, and there were a few people this year that were completely new.
Right.
So...
Well, that's good, too. I mean, sure, you want to get some new artists, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How I remember it last year. People from the area were complaining about how hot it was, and I was just absolutely adoring the cool, dry weather.
Yeah, it was warm. This year was a lot. They actually got the air conditioning to work.
Oh, that's good. They
also kept a lot more people out, so like there was always like a line like going out the door and around the building in the heat. Waiting to get in, so when people got in, they were quite relieved to get out of the heat.
I'm thinking that might not have helped with the overall scent of the air, though, because somebody would be outside sweating and then come into this small area.
Yeah, but that sort of thing never really bothered me. Might have bothered other people, but
If it's not large enough for you to notice, then that's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
What was one of your best sellers?
One of my best sellers was, well, this year was my buttons. I do both posters in larger size, in smaller size I just print out in my printer at home, and I make also buttons.
Okay.
With my little button maker I have at home.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I've never been a huge fan of buttons, but I understand why people like them. I think for me it's just the jangling as we walk. I don't like that sound. But what specific design? Which one has been popular?
Has been pretty much just been my pony fan art of actual ponies. I try to
Sure.
do humanized ponies.
Mm-hmm,
It got people's attention, and they were like, "Oh wow, oh my god, that is so cool! Oh look, you have all the ponies sitting around a campfire. I'll buy that." I'm
Okay,
like,
well, let's discuss those a real bit. But yes, I see at the very least 4 villains of the
yes,
humanized versions.
yes. There are 2 more I haven't posted on DeviantArt yet, but
Okay,
those are my villains.
right.
I did Queen Chrysalis, I did Nightmare Moon,
Mm-hmm,
I did Nightmare Rarity,
mm-hmm.
Nightmarity, and Trixie.
Okay. What was the inspiration for this style, or was it something you just decided? You know what I'm going to do?
Um, I've One of my favorite art styles of all time is Art Nouveau,
Mm-hmm.
and especially from the artist Muche, who did artwork advertisements in the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Okay.
So I decided I wanted to actually do it myself for
Mm-hmm.
once, since I've actually have now access to a program that it can actually make the beautiful straight lines for me.
Okay.
And I decided to just make the human ponies in
Mm-hmm.
and what I saw that they would actually wear that fits the character design of the actual pony.
Right. Okay. Hmm. Did you mentioned that this seemed to be something that people were impressed with, but didn't seem to purchase? But did any of these sell well at all?
A couple. I
Okay.
made some of them into buttons, like just the
Ah, okay.
faces.
Right.
Those sold well. Those sold well. People
Okay.
liked those.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of the vendors were saying people weren't buying as much as they were the previous year. So I think people
Okay.
were just a bit shortchanged this year.
I see. Okay. Interesting. What are the other pieces that have not gone on DeviantArt yet?
Um, I made some bookmarks in Art
Oh,
Nouveau style that have
okay.
not been up on DeviantArt yet that I'm probably gonna post.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did a series with the princesses, so I have one for Celestia, one for Luna
Sure.
and Twilight and Princess Cadence,
Right.
one with each of their castles. Since Luna doesn't have a castle of her own yet, I gave
Mm-hmm.
them both Canterlot
Okay.
for Celestia and
Gotcha.
Luna.
Just me thinking out the top of my head, I would have given Luna the castle of the 2 sisters in the Everfree.
That is a good idea.
So I just, on top of my head, that's what I would have thought. But
Hey, I can use ideas for next year because I'm thinking about actually going to more conventions next year
ooh, okay.
rather than just Everfree.
Mm.
Have a lot of backlog, so want to be able to sell it.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yes, that would be very nice. Well, and we touched on it briefly, but one of the, I guess, older picks, but I remember seeing this one, was the Campfire Party.
Yes.
I'm guessing that one sold well.
That one sold well last year, and it sold really well again this year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a good one, but what was the inspiration for this one?
I wanted to do a group drawing of
Mm-hmm.
all the ponies, and I decided, well, what's a fun outing that they would do? They would probably go camping with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And why not bring in also all their pets?
Okay.
Because they already get together for like outings with their pets, and which established in the show.
Yeah.
So why not also include them? So I just kind of winged it. So you have like Pinkie Pie eating the mega s'more, Twilight with her book on proper camping,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and just so on and so forth.
Okay. Do you happen to recall, was the idea for this before or after the Sleepless in Ponyville episode with Scootaloo being afraid to get the branches and them camping.
Was that episode in season 4?
3.
3? I think it might have been after.
Okay. Okay, just wondering if that was one of the things that set off the idea. Oh, they would all like doing this.
Might have been. Really.
Though to be honest, I mean the picture it is Alicorn Twilight, so that's post season 3.
True. So yeah, most likely.
Mm-hmm. But it does have Pee-wee on the other hand.
I'm sad Pee-wee has not made a return.
He will, I guarantee it.
Hopefully.
I think it would be funny if Pee-wee returns and has a larger vocabulary than Spike. Just like we've only seen the Phoenixes for a little bit, and we know that Philomena understands and can play jokes and stuff. Just hasn't spoken, but it'd be funny if it turns out they're very sentient beings and can speak and converse with us, and Pee-wee just comes back, "Hey Spike, how are you doing?"
And he only talks to Spike.
Yeah. Only Spike can see him. Ha 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 ha. There we go. That's it.
There we go.
And everyone else is like, Spike, you let Pee-wee go if you like. But he's right here! I can see him! I can talk to him!
Okay, Spike. You go have a nap now.
Meanwhile, Pee-wee is laughing his butt off. They'll see me soon enough.
Having tea with Gummy.
I'm wondering if they're ever going to have Gummy grow up. Because baby alligators, sure, but they get larger, even no teeth, that jaw is going to hurt.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I should mention to you, one of the pieces that you had available last year was Double Rainbow.
Yes.
I'm very positive of this because that's one that I bought. And my boss's son loved it because it was a gift for him. He loves Rainbow Dash. Mm-hmm. So right now this work is hanging in the room of a 4-year-old Japanese boy.
Aw.
I'm wondering why the goggles, though.
It was actually a commission from a Brony in the military. Okay. He wanted me to do a line of the main 6 as like enrollment posters. So Rainbow Dash was like, join the Air Force.
Okay.
So he asked me to draw her with the goggles.
I see. Oh, okay. Air Cavalry. I see this now.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah, thinking about doing a whole new line of the main 6 for next year. Retire the old set.
Gasp. Retire? No. You don't retire them. You at first say last run to get people to buy the ones that you've got. Then you do. I'm sorry, this design will be retired next week. This is your last chance to get them.
We'll see. It is still a year before next convention.
Yes, this is true. Pee-wee could become the mega villain of Season 5. We don't know this. I'm calling it right now. If that actually happens, I have no idea at this point. This is middle of July 2014. No clue as to Season 5. I'm calling it right now. Pee-wee returns as a major villain.
We will see.
A character that you seem to have done a lot of is Nightmare Rarity.
Yes.
Is there a particular reason, or just really like the look?
I really like the look. I like I like how her mane is. Just big and flowing and just foreboding.
With white streaks, which are not... Do you think she's getting old, or just...
I think it's just a design thing.
Yeah.
Also, she was possessed by an older entity, so it could just be the age from the older entity.
Interesting. Okay. That's a good headcanon. My headcanon is that the hair is the only thing that's still Rarity.
Yes.
Because, Rarity's white pony, so...
Mm-hmm.
The body's gone completely over to that side, but part of the hair still remains Rarity's.
Yep.
Which is why she was able to be saved. That was a beautiful comics arc.
It was.
Every time... I'm sorry if you haven't read it by now, but it's been out for a year, so... yeah. But no, at the very end, when Spike says, "Please come home."
It got me when they broke the ruby.
I know! Oh God, what are you doing? I admit the chameleon slugs kind of came out of nowhere, but
I liked them.
I
And they
like them
kind of went
too. But I was like,
and then
okay,
and then they went away, and I was like sad.
yeah, that's my point. They came and left. Well, you know what? They are chameleon slugs. So as far as we know, they're right there.
Oh my god! What if all of season 4, it was actually the chameleon slugs, not Spike?
Twilight didn't become an alicorn. She's still a unicorn. She's just trapped somewhere. And chameleon slugs have replaced her and decided to give her wings.
Yup.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Or it's Trixie.
And
Trixie's
a chameleon slug?
No, she's covered in chameleon slugs.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going. Okay, I got you now.
Because how would the chameleon slugs use magic? No, it's Trixie.
I understand. Gotcha.
She's like, I finally get the praise. Mwahaha. Me being reformed was a lie.
Could be. You know, if just once we had seen Twilight trip and do a faceplant, I would totally believe that, yes. I still want Trixie to come back and just do more faceplants. I really do.
Yeah.
They're so inspirational.
Yes.
That sounded sarcastic. I'm actually true. I'm actually being completely true. Trixie does one of the worst faceplants I've ever seen in any animation. Doesn't even mention it. Gets right back up and goes on running. Like, heck yeah. That's how it should be. You run, you fall down, get back up and go. Come on.
It's inspirational. Well,
you mentioned it to me, but you had a bit of an interaction at Everfree with the Brony Thank You Fund.
Yes. They were, as usual, asking for donations for fellow artists trying to get into art school. But the artists they asked to make calendars for them completely flaked.
Oh.
So here comes Friday morning, the hall's about to open within a half hour, and they're like, we have nothing.
Oh dear.
And I didn't even realize this at the time, but as a random spur of the moment, I decided, I have this box of postcards and envelopes that I have had for 2 years. And just decided, you know what, why not just donate it to the Brony Thank You Fund, no strings attached or anything, just here you go, you can use this if you like. And they were just blown away. They were like, oh my god, we had nothing, now we have something. And those postcards alone lasted the first day and a half of half the convention. And for as far as I know, they've made, just with that, over $1,500 in donations.
That's great.
As far as I remember. And they were constantly like pointing to me, like they even asked for a bundle of my business cards so they can even hand that out. And they were like, see that person over there? She's amazing. She just gave this to us out of nowhere. Other vendors noticed this after a while and were like, wait, if we gave them some of our stuff that isn't selling that well, then we would get that publicity too. And they did. They just gave them some of their artwork and merchandise, even some plushies.
Nice.
And they were able to make so much money in the end of it.
Good.
They were just like blown away by the generosity of the exhibition hall.
That's fantastic. That's great. But it was you who started it. Let's not forget that for right now.
Yes. But it was just a random spur of the moment. One of those, I feel I need to do this and do it, and it turns out great. And that was a very big highlight for this convention.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
That's great. Good for you. Yay!
Yay me!
Well, I know that, just as of recently, they've been able to get a total. The amount donated at conventions and to the Brony Thank You Fund has exceeded $550,000.
Oh wow.
That's granted that since 2011,
Mm-hmm.
but still, that's 3 years, over $500,000 donated by Bronies.
That's a lot of art students in college.
It's not just to this fund. This is to many different funds and to charity auctions,
Mm-hmm.
and also to the Michael Moronis Fund.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's still a fantastically high number.
Yeah. They do great stuff. Like the guy they had with them that weekend, he was just so high in energy. Like he was just screaming the entire weekend and getting so much attention that the guy next to him was like, "Oh my god, I hope when the doors close on the last day he just turns off." But they were amazing.
You know, I think I'm just going to go to conventions and sell lozenges. Just like to the vendors and to the people going on stage and to just general lozenges. Vitamin C lozenges. Help people fight off the con crud as well as recover that voice. I'll be rich.
Yeah, like I know of a couple of staffers that have lost their voice by the last day. But they were amazing the entire weekend.
That's good. I've seen some summations of it and it seems to have gone off very positively. The quilt, oh my goodness, the quilt selling for $20,000. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Just fantastic stuff. All right, so in the stuff that you have prepared to sell, we said that the Nouveau series didn't sell as well as you had hoped, but it got attention.
Yeah.
Is there something that you have made that you're just surprised it hasn't sold?
The bookmarks didn't sell very well this year.
Really? Now that is surprising to me because I remember them selling quite well in some other from some other vendors last year.
Yeah, they did. It's just this year it kind of really slowed down.
People stopped reading. That's a shame. No.
Or they now all have Kindles.
Yeah.
I did jump the Kindle bandwagon as well, so.
I need paper in my hands. I'm sure at some point I may change over, but for now, no, I need paper in my hands. Otherwise I can't enjoy it. I'm sure I could enjoy the comics, the MLP comics, as they come out if I were to use iTunes, but no, I have to have it in my hand. I have to turn the pages. So I have to wait for the collections to come out, not even the individual ones. So I'm 6 months behind everybody.
Understandable.
But I need them.
Yes.
I'm wondering if you did the Brass Mare, if that was one that you made as a print to sell.
I did not. That was a commission.
Mm-hmm. Well, so it was Double Rainbow, but still.
Yeah, but that I mainly had that one as a print available because I randomly saw Everfree as advertisement on Equestria Daily and just went, "Oh, they have tables there? Sold!" Get there. I have a couple months to get ready with everything. And that was the first convention I've ever gone to, so I did not even have any displays or anything.
Okay.
So it was a mad rush. So I just asked the people that commissioned me, and I'm like, "Do you mind if I do this?" And they're like, "Sure."
Okay, I understand. Gotcha. So it wasn't intended from the start to be something that was sold. It was just out of necessity.
Out of necessity, yep.
I understand. That would be a good name for a pony. Necessity.
Yes.
Just name it Necessity, and man, out of necessity comes the wisest things. All right, terrible joke. I'm not going to apologize for it, though, because you know what? It's still AM for me, and I'm technically not awake yet. And I'm going to cling to that excuse as long as it takes for it to set in.
Oh, I thought it was punny.
Yeah. It was punny, but it wasn't punderful. Did you have a chance to make it to any of the panels at Everfree, or just stuck?
No.
No? Okay.
No, all I did was I work from 10 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock when the convention hall closes. Then I go to the hot tub for a half hour, and then I work the night away working on commissions.
I see.
That is my convention at Everfree, is just selling stuff and working on stuff. I don't get to enjoy any of the panels or anything.
Okay, I'm seeing a new business to form up. The substitute table sitter. You just give them like one piece of art, they sit at your table and sell your stuff for an hour while you go check out one panel, then you come back and take over again.
That's an assistant. And this year I had a lovely assistant.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Who was extremely, extremely helpful, who will be joining me again in the future. Oh. My mom.
Ah, yes. Well, that's good. That's a good thing.
Now she's like, draw me a pony Sona, and I'm like, okay. New headcanon for my pony Sona. Earth pony raised by a family of prissy unicorns.
So kind of an anti-Rarity then.
Yeah, like that's actually my mom's favorite is Rarity. And she's like, I want one, and I want to be a joke like Rarity, and I'm like, that's too close. She's like, fine, high tea. I'm like, better.
You know what? I could see we have a pony named Rare Tea, and all the time she's just sick of it. No, I'm not that pony. I don't design dresses. I make tea out of rare ingredients. It's a different name. I was in Ponyville 2 months before she arrived.
Yeah.
I could see that being a thing. That would be funny.
Yeah, like I'm actually thinking about restarting up my my Ask Tumblr. And actually doing it this time. maybe just making a new one. I don't know. One that's just like, okay, now my character is not all depressed and sad all the time. Now I'm starting over with her actually happy. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. That can work. I'm curious, was your mother aware of ponies before the convention, or did this like jumpstart the whole thing?
She was. I told her about it a couple years ago, like not long after I started watching it.
Okay.
She hasn't actually watched very much of it.
Sure. Though
now we actually got the hub on cable, so I can now sit there and watch it, and she can sit there and, oh, that thing.
Okay. But you mentioned that she wants her own pony Sona now, so sounds like she has become a fan.
Yeah, and I said to her, like, all right, now that you want to come with me more often, now you need to watch the entire show. She's like, that's a bit much. And I'm like, I'm sorry, that is my requirement.
You can explain, yeah, it sounds like a bit much, but you know what? You watch a little bit and you tell me when you want to stop, because I'm pretty sure that you're going to want to watch all of it.
Yeah. I mean, she has a year. Well, less than a year. Next year, Everfree is actually going to be in May, so.
Yeah, and the new season's going to be starting up in fall, so.
Yeah, can't wait for that.
Yes. I heard Emperor Boss Pee-wee is returning. Should be an excellent season opener.
Yes.
I'm going to keep saying it until people start believing it.
Yeah.
You don't say it, and the trick to getting to people to repeat something like that, you don't say that it's your idea. You just say, I heard, and then say whatever you want to say, and then people are like, oh, wow, really? Okay. They'll forget who said it and believe that you forget who said it, and so it sounds more credible.
Yeah. That's a way to get information about.
Not correct information, but yes, information.
The fans tend to make rumors true in their own way, even if it doesn't make it to the actual show.
That's true. This is absolutely true. Yeah. If anybody who has ever tried to say, you know, Octavia and Vinyl really aren't a couple, oh man, you see people swarm against that person.
Yeah.
Well, a question that I ask in each of my interviews In all of My Little Pony, what would you say is the one line or one scene that defines you as a brony?
Huzzah! The fun has been doubled!
Ooh, good one. What's the logic behind that one?
Well, sometimes I'm extremely awkward around people.
Mm-hmm.
But I do my best to try to, get people to like me.
Okay.
And it sometimes just comes out as just awkward, but around my friends, they're like, you do bring a lot of energy and fun, and I do my best to keep that up, so I kind of relate to that moment with Luna at that point, which is just, yay, fun! Even if other people may not agree.
Right. Okay, I can see it. How many points do I receive? Okay, we're not playing that game. No, how many points? 4. Yay!
4 is more than we had earlier, so huzzah!
I can tell you this, teaching kids, if there's ever a group of kids that just doesn't really want to play along, just start giving points, and they will pay attention.
Yep.
And you finish the day, okay, you had the most points, you win, yay, what do I get? Get? See you next week, kids, goodbye! And then next week they forget that they don't win anything and they keep trying to win the points again.
They get fun, that's what they get, so
yeah,
they technically do get something.
That's true. Hard to brag about fun to your other friends that aren't in class, though.
Depends on who you are. Because I consider I had more fun than you during class. And they're like, what? You had fun? Yeah. What kind of fun? I'm not telling you.
I have had some of my students brag to their friends at school that they have an English teacher who plays Pokemon. That's just amazing to them.
That is amazing.
I put it on my resume. Absolutely. Yep. I'm well versed in Pokemon. Mm-hmm. A friend of mine just, their 5 and 8-year-old children became very impressed with me. Not because I was living in Japan, not because I can get Japanese goods, but because I am a 15-minute train ride away from the nearest Pokemon Center. That blew their minds.
Lucky. I did hear that Nintendo is going to be reopening their online shop to the US.
That would be interesting.
They're going to do that within the next few months.
Yay.
This is what I heard. So I get to buy Pokemon merch later.
Yay, good. I'll have a little bit less pressure on me to go every month because it really is out of my way. You mentioned it briefly. What other convention are you debating going to?
I'm thinking about going to another semi-local convention to where I live, to Brony Can. Next year. Not this year, but next year.
Right.
The Canadian one.
Right. So the question is whether or not you, Brony, can go.
Yep. I talked to some of the representatives of Brony Can.
Yep.
Like, kind of asking about how it works and whatnot.
Sure.
And I found that it actually is plausible for me because it's actually not that far away from the border. So,
sure.
I'm going to attempt to go to there next year.
I have heard that crossing the border to Canada and vice versa has become more difficult than it used to be, but still not difficult.
Well, I've been living here in Washington for 12 some odd years, and I've never been to Canada, so I'm like, this is an excuse for me to go to them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, you should go. It's important to go to places you can.
Yes.
And you, Brony, can go to this one.
Yep.
I'm going to stop with that joke because it's not funny the first or second time. No reason to believe it'll become funnier.
I must have horrible humor because I thought it was funny.
Yay! Okay, vindication. Well, everybody, today on Into the Spotlight, we've been speaking with Tzelly. And your name has meaning to it, isn't it? It's not just random letters thrown together.
Nope. Tzel means shadow in Hebrew. So I just made Tzel and added a Y in the end and made it Tzelly, more of a pet name.
Gotcha. And you did mention to me, but that little thing that coming off the top of the head of your pony, that's not a worm or like pod creature invasion. That's a lizard.
Yep, it's a lizard from a story I've been working on for years and years, and actually hoping to get that off the ground in the next few years.
Okay.
Pretty much, my cutie mark is a wing because my mind likes to take off and wander into random directions, so my characters like to torment me. So that's what that's all about. He's a character who torments me all the time.
So ideally, there should be a little. On the other shoulder, there should be a little white lizard who's giving you good things to do. So you have both versions.
It'd make more sense if it was the white bird from my story, but the bird in that story is actually called Cell, so that would be confusing.
Ah, yes. But are you currently right now? I mean, getting ready for the next conventions eventually. But are you taking commissions?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
I am always open to commissions unless it's a month or so before a convention.
Okay. So you can contact her for commissions and get things done. Yay!
Yay!
Well, thank you so much for coming by and speaking with us today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Everyone, this has been Into the Spotlight with Osaka Jack on Everfree Network. We'll catch you next time.